Welcome back to the Cool Fears channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Star Wars Black Series Walmart exclusive Imperial Shock Trooper. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunching, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your type of thing, then make sure you're hitting that bell icon so you stay notified when I do upload new videos. And if you do enjoy the video or any other content that I put out, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow, and it's free and easy for you to do. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It is a very small goal of mine. Try to reach at least one new subscriber per new video that I put out. So please be my one new subscriber for this video. Thank you so much in advance. And with all of that out of the way, guys, once again, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Star Wars Black Series Imperial Shock Trooper. Now, this guy is a Walmart exclusive, so if you want to acquire this guy and add him to your collection, you're going to have to search Walmart stores as well as Walmart.com. And even if you do get lucky on Walmart.com, you're going to have to pray and hope that Walmart.com comes through and doesn't cancel your pre-order. Much like they did with me, thankfully, but it has happened in the past, so be aware that Walmart is not the most successful when it comes to pre-orders, not unfortunately, but thankfully in this way, they were very well successful. However, I did not acquire the Captain Rex, so I did only acquire 2 out of 3 exclusives that I wanted, Rampart being the 4th, that I really had no want or need or attachment to, so I had no intentions of getting him. So out of the 3 exclusives, the Captain Rex, the Crosshairs, and the Shock Trooper, I was able to acquire both Crosshairs and the Shock Trooper, as you can see, and only Rex eluded me. So it is what it is. I do have the Captain Rex figure already, so it's not that big of a deal, but it would have been nice to have one with the soft goods cloak as well as, you know, the visor helmet. So it is what it is. Maybe I'll get lucky and find them in stores. Who knows? But with that being said, and until then, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy right here. So unfortunately, for those of you that bought multiple of this guy and wanted to use him as army builders, the pauldron on this guy is glued down, so you're going to have to do a little more customizing on this guy than just popping the head off and slipping it off. You're going to have to probably get some glue residue off of the body. But other than that, shouldn't be too hard. For me, I was only able to acquire one, so it is what it is. It's not a big deal. I'm sure the Shock Troopers will be coming to the archive line sometime soon, so I'm not really too big on, you know, acquiring too many of these Walmart exclusive ones. I mean, if I do happen to come across 1 or 2 more in store, I definitely will pick them up. But unless that happens, I'm not going to buy any other ones. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at all the accessories this guy comes with. So he does come with 2 blasters. He does come with a typical short barrel blaster that most of the clones use for most of the time, as well as the long barrel blaster right here. So that is one of my biggest gripes with Black Series, is that they always just come lacking with accessories and hands. Like, I feel like they can come with at least an extra pair of alternate hands. Although this guy does come with 2 blasters, so I'm pretty happy. Sometimes some characters don't even come with any blaster or weaponry, and it's kind of just like, really, what? Okay. So it is what it is, but with that being said, that is all the accessories this guy comes with. So let's go ahead and pull him forward so we can take a nice closer look at this guy. So he is a nice figure. Now, I know people are going to gripe with him, and they're going to say he's missing paint here, there, missing armor here, there, and whatnot. But for me, I do absolutely love the new clone body, minus these elbow pads and knee pads that are super easy to rip and tear and get caught in the knee joints and elbow joints. But other than that, I actually do really enjoy the new bodies, and I'm not such a stickler for details that all the missing paint apps on the helmets mess with me, minus the black band that should be there at the very top of the helmet. Besides that, it looks good enough for me. So they did try to weather this guy up a bit. As you can see, they added some scratches here and there, and even in the paint right here on the sides of his body, it isn't perfectly smooth. It's kind of jagged and weathered a bit. So yeah, like I said, the pauldron is glued on, so it's not going to move. So if you want to customize them and make them shock troopers, just normal shock troopers, you're going to have to take it off and probably remove some glue residue. The helmet is non-removable, although you do see the chin right there. Unfortunately, I wish it would sit just a little lower, but it is what it is. When he's standing right here, you can barely see it. I mean, you can still see it, but barely. Thankfully, it's white, not flesh tone. For once, it actually comes in handy that they didn't paint the head sculpt underneath. But yeah, with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy's articulation. He can look all the way to the right, all the way to the left. He can look down that far. He can look up basically just straight back forward. And the one thing I do want to notice, or one thing I want to say before we move on, is the helmet isn't too excessively large. It is slightly big for what the body is, but it's not excessively large as sometimes it comes out to be with these clone troopers. So his arms do go out to a nice T-pose. You do get 360 rotation at the shoulder right there. The armor is attached right there at the bottom. No butterfly joint. You do get single hinge elbow joints with the rotation at the elbow right there. You have to be super careful not to get this pinched in the elbow joint or it will start to tear. You do get rotation at the wrist right there, in and out hinging on this hand, up and down hinging on the main trigger finger hand. You do get rotation at the upper torso right there, at crunch down slightly, at crunch back slightly. His legs do almost go to a full split, but not quite, so you cannot join the cheerleading squat. He does have a thigh cut right there hitting on the armor piece, which is very nice. He does have a single hinge knee joint, which allows for further than 90 degrees. 90 degrees would be right there, and so that's slightly further. You do get rotation at the knee right there. Looking at his ankle articulation, they do go down that far. They'll articulate up that far. And of course, you do get a ball rocker hinge joint right there. So all in all, a great addition to your clone trooper shelf in my opinion. Like I said, people are going to gripe with it being not 100% accurate, but I'm not such a stickler for detail. I'm not staring at books, reading books, saying like, oh, this clone trooper needs this many markings here, there, blah, blah, blah. As long as it's in the right kind of color and look, then I'm pretty much happy with it, even being a toy photographer. So I definitely do love this guy, and I hope we get some Shock Troopers in the archive line, much like we are getting the 501st Troopers in the archive line this coming wave. But for all the latest great toy news, join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. But with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigures, and I do have a separate Instagram account for a more thought out plan and more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigures. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of this figure or any other toys I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out on TikTok at CoolFigures, because that's where I do all my unboxings. So check me out on TikTok at CoolFigures, and join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. And thank you so much to this channel sponsor, VR Store. Check them out for your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigures at checkout for 10% off your order. VR Store, check them out, guys. With that being said, if you did enjoy the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.